and I really like it when I see the kids buy it. So all those parents out there, or aunties and uncles, or granddads and grandmoms, you may know a lot about the history, but preserving history is by passing it on. And a simple calendar, which we can use on a regular daily basis, setting your schedule and the like, so you have it for that purpose, but more so from a passing on of culture and heritage and history for the next generation. And for those people who come here to Cayman as expats, they come, they don't really know about what we stand for, how we were built. These little calendars, which can be useful for passing that on. And, it goes to a good cause. The money is used for helping those seamen who helped build the foundation of Cayman, who may still be in need, functions, or they need a little fix their house, or something is going on, because most of them don't have significant amount of finances to provide for themselves, because, government grants the seaman benefit, but with the cost of living in Cayman, that little grant doesn't carry you as far as many may think. So the funds goes to good causes. The association has been around for quite some time now. I think almost 20 years, if I'm correct. We have Mr. Denison Tibbetts here with us. If I can quickly do a little intro with him, if you don't mind, let me just run over to him.
Okay.
We have OC on Radio Cayman. I just want to say hi to everybody and tell everybody to come out.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning, Mr. Tibbetts. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. We're down here trying to sell tickets for the seafarers.
Calendars.
Or calendars, rather. I'm so used to selling tickets. But we're trying to... we have 500 left. We had 1,000. And over the couple of weeks since we've had them, we've sold 500, but we want to sell the other 500 today. So maybe you can just put a plug in there for us.
We certainly will. And what I would suggest also, I notice where you're located, but I'm wondering whether or not you have anyone down closer to Anahalda Drive and Walkers and Smith Road at that light there, because you're getting the people coming from the east, but you're not necessarily getting those persons who are coming through from the Triple C area as well.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, but we're doing this today, and then maybe on Monday, God's willing, we can go down there. We're going to try to sell all of them. If we could sell all of them today, it would save us the trouble.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, OC, and I'm sure Dr. Steve is listening, so he's a member, and he wants to do everything that he can for us too.
Certainly. Yep. Okay. All the best. I think you will find people will reach into their pockets and certainly contribute to exceeding the worth of cause. Yes. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you so much for your time. God bless
Sure.
and have a good show. Okay.
All the best. Thank you very much. I think we have another caller. Let's go back to the phone lines. No caller at this point in time. I could start to Ms. Susan share the travel advisory, but I can't do it in 3 minutes, I don't believe. So why don't we take an early commercial break, and then that'll give us enough time to share this travel advisory that has been issued as well. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
In August of 1838, Andrew Malcolm of the Michael Charity of London opened the first school in Bordentown. The school opened with 23 students and fees of 6 pence or 10 pence per week, depending on age. However, Mr. Malcolm quickly realized most families could not afford the fees, and he abolished them, which prompted higher enrollments, and within 6 months, the numbers had grown to nearly 100 students with equal parts white and non-white. Although a tremendous success, Mr. Malcolm was met with hostilities and opposition by former slave owners because of his refusal to segregate the students by race. Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee. Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
At Seaboard Marine, customers often ask us questions about their shipments.
I have various items coming from different suppliers that I need to ship to Cayman. Do you offer consolidation?
Yes. Seaboard Marine offers consolidation for full and less than container loads. We can hold your packages at our Miami warehouse until everything arrives and ship it all in one go. And we have the best rates to Grand Cayman. Visit seaboardmarine.com for more information.
Shipping shore to shore, Seaboard.
It was a day that changed my life. No words can describe the feelings of seeing my baby boy sick for the first time. The overwhelming feeling of fear to be responsible for his health and happiness became my priority. So I did what any nurturing mother would do when their baby is sick. I took him to get some of the best medicine possible.
CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy understands the importance of careful decisions you make every day for your family. Our staff work towards healthcare excellence and providing the most current and up-to-date training with pharmaceutical care, so you can feel confident in knowing that your family is safe with the right medication. At CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, we take care of your health.
2020 means perfect vision. And if you have your sights set on driving a new hybrid, then the time is now to check out the new RAV4 and CHR. Just two of the many hybrid models that Vamped is bringing to Cayman. Whether you're looking for a smoother and quieter way of driving or want a car that maximizes fuel efficiency while minimizing emissions, there are lots of ways a new hybrid from Vamped can make the difference in your life. Hybrids save fuel, run cleaner, reduce CO2 emissions, and even recharge their batteries without being plugged in. So focus your 2020 vision on a new hybrid from Vamped Motors, and we will see you through. Come to Vamped, home of the hybrid, located on Walkers Road.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I have no guests in the studio this morning. So you out there, our listening and viewing audience, you can be a part of the discussion as usual, even greater part of it this morning, because with no guests in the studio, I have more time to converse with you as well. I see here also that in the UK, it has been confirmed that there are 2 cases of the coronavirus that have been confirmed in the UK, somewhere in the Yorkshire region. Again, making it even more important for the Cayman Islands for us to be vigilant, not only vigilant, but take the necessary precautions as well, because we do have persons traveling from the UK on a frequent basis. We have not necessarily a direct flight to the Cayman Islands because it does stop in the Bahamas, but British Airways does come from the UK as well. So the Department of Public Health has issued a travel advisory, and they are reminding residents to be on continued alert because of the rapidly increasing numbers of people who are affected by the novel coronavirus, both within China and internationally. And like I've pointed out, that since this advisory was issued, the United Kingdom has now confirmed 2 cases, positive cases for the coronavirus as well. The travel advisory goes on to say that the potential for international dissemination of the virus via air travel is clear from the rise in cases reported in multiple countries. Residents are being reminded to be in the know. You want to be in the know about this coronavirus. In any travel abroad, and to practice general infection control measures. Some of those general infection control measures that they mention include frequent hand cleaning with soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And that, to me, is even more important for those persons who shake hands on a frequent basis, including politicians. We know that this is not an election year yet, but any politician you see these days will still want to shake your hand as well. So politicians, make sure that you frequently cleanse your hand with soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Another suggestion is that you should cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing. You should also avoid close contact with people suffering from acute respiratory infections, and you should also avoid unprotected contact with farm or wild animals. I will repeat those again for your benefit, right? The general infection control practice measures that the Department of Public Health suggests that you should employ include frequent hand cleansing with soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. You should cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing. You should avoid close contact with people suffering from acute respiratory infections, and you should avoid unprotected contact with farm or wild animals. The advisory goes on to point out that travelers coming to the Caribbean from those countries that are affected by the coronavirus can expect to undergo entrance screening in the Cayman Islands. Surveillance has already been enhanced at all borders. Public health officials are reminding arriving passengers to seek medical attention and to share their travel history with their healthcare provider if they have symptoms suggestive of respiratory illness. Common symptoms of the coronavirus infections are of the respiratory system, such as shortness of breath and cough, along with flu-like symptoms and also fever. The advisory also says that public health officials and the management of the Health Services Authority wishes to assure the public on their capabilities to manage any imported cases of the novel coronavirus and continue to activate national contingency plans as needed. I'm not a doctor, but based on what I've been reading and hearing on the news, does not appear as if there is any cure yet for this. Any cure is not likely to take place within the next 12 months. So it seems as if we have to use more precaution than anything else, because this cure obviously is not available. So the emphasis has to be on practicing general infection control measures, using those measures, following what public health authorities have said. We do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm fine. How are you?
How was your trip?
Trip was good. The trip was good. Sometimes it's good to take a break, and really unusual for me because I wasn't on the bike I haven't been on the bike for about 15 days until this morning. But sometimes you need that break.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, it's always good to be back home, right?
It certainly is. It certainly is. After any more than 7 days away from home, you get that urge to want to be back home.
Yeah, we had a little shake up, but that's just a reminder to let us know that he's still up there and he's still in charge, you know?
Yes, yes.
Because I was looking, I was really down back at sea, you see, right close to the edge of the water. And that was a sea creek. Because I witnessed those before. I heard it coming roaring. It was roaring off of the sea. And I mean, where I was, she shook real hard. But thank God, other countries was destroyed with a less magnitude than we were. So it was just the mercy of God. And the Cayman people got to realize that God is real and he's still in charge, because the Cayman Islands is a blessed island. He has founded it upon the seas. So, yeah, just wanted to put that in this morning. But
question before you go on to your other topic, where you were in the North Sound area, were you actually able to see the water, the ocean?
Yeah, it was. I was right down to the end of the back of sea. You see the road there, because some mechanics are there, you know.
Okay.
A lot of mechanics, and I was down there, and I could see it was like rippling. It was rippling on the water, you know, and it was coming. I could see it coming in rippling till it touched the land, and then you could see it, you know. But let me tell you, brother, she shook down her real hard, because other places people say they didn't feel it too much, you know. But in Georgetown, down in the North Sound area, they really felt it. And see, I got another little problem with that, because I've seen a lot of places where they're showing that there are holes. Now, all that I know about earthquake cracks. It runs in a line in a crack. But a lot of that is bad construction, see. When we were growing up and we doing parking and we doing filling, what happened with that? We used to use a lot of water and compact the marl and whatnot down for 2 and 3 days, you know. But then, you know, those are pockets in the ground that when the quake shook, it came like a vibrator. It just vibrate the parking down more, and that's how you get them holes. That's what I did, because earthquake really cracks.
Yes.
But also I wanted to ask you again, before you left the last time I spoke to you, I was asking about the newspaper, the trade winds. I think you had read something about my grandfather, and I had it, but I can't remember what year the trade wind it was, and if you could assist me with that, because you read about it already on the radio a couple months back.
Okay, and your grandfather's name again?
George Gillette.
Okay.
George Gillette. And it says that he had to give the government permission there on Sheen Road, up there by where you all used to live, and used to live, to put a road through there to go to the airport way from, the town area. And I read it. I went to the Compass and I got the newspaper, but it got misplaced, and I can't remember what year it was in the newspaper.
Okay.
Wasn't and it said the year that he did it, when they were doing the road to the first. But you have it. I know you read it, and if you could assist me sometime with just telling me, and I can go and pick it up myself. I can go and get it from, the archives, the copy or what have you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look through my copies of the Trade Winds newspaper if it was in the Trade Winds. Now, if it was the Compass or something else, then
no, it wasn't Compass. It was Trade Winds or Northwest stuff.
Okay. Well, even if it was the Northwest, I wouldn't have had that either. So mine are exclusively the Trade Winds.
The Trade Wind, yeah. Thank you very much. I'll see if you can get it from me, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Also, caller, almost top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, OC. And the studio time now by Foster's is 7:59.
Are you ready for the big game on Sunday, February 2nd? Stop by your local Foster's and stock up on party supplies and game day food to keep your crew going for 4 quarters of American football greatness. Need more than snacks but no time to prepare? Let Foster's cater with platters, prepared dishes, and appetizers to please any palate. With online platters and catering ordering at fosters.ky, it's never been easier to feast on game day.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The first recruits for Cayman's 1st Regiment have been chosen. 3 senior officers and 6 junior officers have joined the ranks, and His Excellency the Governor Martin Roper has a solid belief in their capabilities.
We had over 75 expressions of interest, and we put them through a rigorous interview and testing process. So I'm very confident. I think we know we've got sort of the very best. The vast bulk of them had been in the cadets, so we've got all that experience to draw on as well.
Training for the recruits starts mid-February.
We're about to send the junior officers to Bermuda, and Bermuda is also used as a sort of a training base for the region by the British Army, so that's the first step. The second step is that we're sending them to Sandhurst in the UK, which is the UK's top military training establishment, so they're going to get the very best training available.
The goal is to have the regiment ready by August of this year. Cayman's premier says the recent earthquake is keeping him up at night for more than one reason.
When we have a hurricane coming, sometimes we have all 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. We say, oh yeah, that coming, we better start it, to pay careful attention to it because we can see how it is tracking.
In Legislative Assembly on Thursday, the Honorable Alden McLaughlin says a tsunami is a whole nother matter.
We had 26 minutes between the cessation of the shake, or the commencement of the shake, and the time that any tsunami was likely to have hit us. 26 minutes. If that had occurred at 2 a.m. in the morning, there would have been nobody at the government administration building. There would have been no way of sending out any radio alerts, interrupts, let alone doing anything else.
The premier says another key concern, the need for greater public education about what to do in the event of a tsunami warning, which he says has become an urgent matter of national importance. In regional news, the family of an Indiana toddler who fell from her grandfather's arms to her death off a cruise ship is challenging what it calls Royal Caribbean Cruises' false narrative of how it happened. 18-month-old Chloe Wigan fell from an open window of a cruise ship docked in Puerto Rico in July. Her grandfather was playing with her near the window on the 11th floor when she fell, and he's been charged with negligent homicide. Prosecutors allege he, quote, negligently exposed his granddaughter through one of the windows, according to the Puerto Rican Department of Justice. He was released on bond and is back in Indiana. As part of the wrongful death suit the Wigan family filed against Royal Caribbean in December, their attorney released reenactment photos this week saying that there is evidence the grandfather couldn't physically lean out of the window from which the toddler fell, as the company has alleged. The family's latest legal claim is in response to the Royal Caribbean motion to dismiss the December lawsuit. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The European Union is preparing to bring a formal close to 47 years of British membership. In a few hours' time, the Union flag will be lowered at the offices of the United Kingdom's representative and all other EU institutions in Brussels. The Commission's President, Ursula von der Leyen, and her counterparts at the European Council and Parliament said the day was one of reflection and mixed emotions. The U.S. Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, has denied that President Trump has sought any political favor from the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in exchange for a visit to the White House. Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Zelensky held talks in Kyiv at a time when relations are strained by allegations surrounding Mr. Trump's impeachment. Countries around the world are taking action to protect themselves and their citizens against the coronavirus that's emerged in China. Mongolia plans to seal its border with China for nearly a month. Singapore will ban entry to all Chinese nationals and anyone who's travelled there within the last 2 weeks. A state of emergency has been declared in the Australian capital, Canberra, as a large wildfire threatens its southern suburbs. The authorities will have the power to order evacuations and take control of property in the city. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has threatened to intervene in fighting between government and rebel forces in the Syrian province of Idlib. Hundreds of thousands of civilians have fled as government troops advance. And Mr. Erdogan fears they'll try to cross into Turkey. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by Value Med Pharmacy, with 2 locations to serve you, Walkers Road in Georgetown and an Evron Plaza, Bodentown. Visit Value Med, more than just a pharmacy. Value Med Pharmacy is your community care partner for health and wellness needs. We offer convenient prescription processing at the counter and online at value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com, with pickup available at the Walkers Road or Bodentown location. We also accept transfer prescriptions from other pharmacies. More than just a pharmacy, shop Value Med for personal care and beauty products from trusted brands, perfume and gift sets, Hallmark and greeting cards, baby clothes, footwear, handbags, swimwear, home decor, toys, school supplies, and stationery. And home convalescence aids like wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, canes, and hospital beds. With 2 locations to serve you, Walkers Road in Georgetown and in Evron Plaza, Bodentown. Visit Value Med, more than just a pharmacy.
Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by Value Med Pharmacy, with 2 locations to serve you, Walkers Road in Georgetown and an Evron Plaza, Bodentown. Visit Value Med, more than just a pharmacy. Value Med Pharmacy is your community care partner for health and wellness needs. We offer convenient prescription processing at the counter and online at value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com, with pickup available at the Walkers Road or Bodentown location. We also accept transfer prescriptions from other pharmacies. More than just a pharmacy, shop Value Med for personal care and beauty products from trusted brands, perfume and gift sets, Hallmark and greeting cards, baby clothes, footwear, handbags, swimwear, home decor, toys, school supplies, and stationery. And home convalescence aids like wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, canes, and hospital beds. With 2 locations to serve you, Walkers Road in Georgetown and in Evron Plaza, Bodentown. Visit Value Med, more than just a pharmacy.
Count on Us Cayman Limited. Count on Us Cayman Limited. Let me see where I can find this in this book.
Count on Us Cayman Limited? What are you talking about, Susie Q?
Nita, Count on Us Cayman Limited. Let me tell you, it is a small, robust service company in Cayman. They offer bookkeeping services, property management, and that's not all. They also offer a variety of other services, such as customs brokerage and Cayman auto and tech services.
Then it sounds like I don't have to run all over town like a chicken with its head cut off to get my business taken care of. I can just call. What's that place called again, Sue?
It's called Count on Us Cayman Limited. They take the time to understand your business. If you need more information, you can give them a call at 623-6941 or you can call 323-3995. And if you need to email them, the email address is info@countonuscaymanlimited.com.
Each weekday, Monday through Friday, Miracle Brokers is the proud sponsor of Radio Cayman's Bulletin Board. For all your moving needs, call the professionals of Miracle Brokers, 949-5989 or 916-0355. For a free estimate, they take the hassle out of moving. Miracle Brokers.
Now located at 140 Kingbird Drive in the North Sound.
The Weather Report is proudly sponsored by Super Stitch Sewing and Fabric Center, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it, drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 75 degrees. Relative humidity is 91%. Barometric pressure 29.98 inches and rising. The wind is southeast at 2 knots. Overnight low temperature was 72 degrees. Synopsis indicate light easterly winds and smooth seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with a slack pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a less than 20% chance of showers, and temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Your winds will be southeasterly at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. And the forecast for tonight calling for fair skies with less than a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures dipping to the low 70s tonight. Your winds will be southeasterly at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet for tonight as well. We're presently at a low tide, and the next high tide will be this afternoon at 1:34, and a low tide again tonight at 8:44. The sun will set this evening at 6:16 and will rise tomorrow morning at 7. And the outlook is calling for an increase in cloudiness from tomorrow morning as a cold front moves over western Cuba.
Superstitch Sewing and Fabric Center was a proud sponsor of the Weather Report, your one-stop shop for all of your household items, craft items, jewelry, beads, and decorations, and much more. Call Superstitch at 949-2833 or email customer care at superstitch.com.ky. New stock has just arrived at Superstitch. Now don't take my word for it, drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Superstitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Superstitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Do you stand for Christian family values? Do you support Caymanian democracy? If you answered yes, then join Cayman Cause in association with the Christian Association of Civics, Cayman Ministers Association, and Conference of the Seventh-day Adventists on Sunday, February the 2nd from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Legislative Assembly in Georgetown. Learn the truth about the recent appeals court ruling and its impact on the marriage laws and Cayman society. Speakers include the Right Honorable Dame Joan Sawyer, Mrs. Katina Anglin, along with musical performances and light refreshments. For transportation, call 917-2985 or email caymancause@gmail.com. Stand for Christian Values 2020, Sunday, February the 2nd from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Legislative Assembly in Georgetown.
For the health of it, Radio Cayman's premier health show is brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, Holy Cross Hospital,
Cayman Fertility Center,
and EatingClean.com.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look at what's happening on our roads. Coming from the east on Shamrock Road, busy traffic. Slight delays expected as you're heading down to Georgetown. Also on the Linford Pearson Highway, busy traffic. And traffic is steady coming off of Bobby Thompson Way and steady traffic on Crew Road. As we look towards West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is flowing moderately in both directions. And on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, moderate flow of traffic. No issues on Owen Roberts Drive as traffic is light to moderate. And coming from the West Bay four-way stop, light to moderate traffic flow. And as we look to North Sound Road, traffic flowing moderately. Now, if you see any accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. And that's for your latest on your traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
Do you ever have those days when you have to get a super early start? Or you're out late and want something fresh and healthy to eat? Subway has now opened their 4th 24-hour location for you early birds and night owls. Subway at West Shore Center on 7 Mile is now open 24 hours. So now you can grab any of Subway's fresh menu items any time of the day at 4 convenient locations. West Shore Center 7 Mile, Countryside in Savannah, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers West Bay. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit